anything you can dream about, you can create.
This year's highest grossing film was a Minecraft movie, which obviously doesn't take place in the real world primarily, but it was shot in Canada. The new Jurassic World movie was shot primarily in the UK. The last Avatar sequel, that was shot primarily in New Zealand. All of those countries offer really generous tax incentives that just make it much more economical to shoot there than it usually is to shoot in the US.
President Trump wants to bring movie making back to the US.
We should have a tariff on movies that come in.
Trump has proposed a 100% tariff on movies made abroad in response to the lucrative tax incentives other countries have used to lure movie production away from Hollywood. The move rattled American movie and TV studios, which were already facing headwinds from streaming and rising labor costs.
It's really unclear how he even has the power. When you say tariffs on movies, does that mean on the production cost? Does that mean on the amount of footage shot overseas? Does that mean amount of footage used in a movie shot overseas? The specificity or lack of specificity was baffling.
Hollywood has seen an exodus of film and TV production to other countries for years. The money spent on productions in the U.S. with budgets of more than $40 million fell 26% in 2024 from 2 years earlier, according to research firm ProdPro.
Production is no longer just done in Hollywood like it was in ages past. So similarly to the auto industry, right? Like you may have some parts manufactured in one country and the car is actually assembled some other place.
Generous tax incentives and lower labor costs have lured productions abroad.
Australia is one where a lot of production has gone. The UK has been very active and aggressive in their production incentives. Canada, our nearest neighbor, also has had a long history of both a federal and provincial level production incentives. The industry has become quite fragmented as multiple states and countries have looked to attract various parts of it.
Several U.S. states offer their own tax breaks for film and TV production. For example, the recently released Marvel film Thunderbolts was shot in Georgia.
It is not impossible for the industry to start planning to bringing stuff back to the United States. And I can tell you with assurance that that's already, being discussed. This industry does not like uncertainty.
Hollywood labor unions applauded Trump's desire to bring production back to the U.S., although they questioned the use of tariffs.
So we're going to meet with the industry. I want to make sure they're happy with it because we're all about jobs.
I think what most people in Hollywood would prefer to see is for the U.S. to offer tax incentives for productions here that are competitive with the UK, Canada, and other countries. Hollywood is worried that any tariffs imposed by Trump could lead to a trade war involving movies, which would really be a disaster because most big budget movies make the majority of their revenue overseas.
The fastest way to kill Hollywood would be to make it more expensive to produce, and clearly producing in the US is extremely expensive versus overseas, which is why so many productions have gone overseas. If there was a federal tax incentive, that would go a long way towards shifting production from overseas back into the US, especially if you attack the foreign tax incentives. That's a really interesting idea, but a tax incentive plan is extremely different than putting a tariff of 100% on all foreign productions. But I certainly think this was an idea the president floated, has realized very quickly how impractical it is, and my guess is it will be a severely watered down or disappear completely.